It was midnight when Lena realized she was hopelessly lost. The dense forest swallowed the last traces of moonlight, leaving her in a suffocating darkness. The villagers had warned her about the forest, whispering of old curses and spirits that lingered in the shadows. But Lena, headstrong and curious, had ventured in any way, dismissing their superstitions as old wives' tales. As she stumbled over roots and through thick underbrush, the forest seemed to close in around her. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs made her heart race. Panic gnawed at her, but she pressed on, hoping to find a way out. Then she saw a faint light flickering between the trees. Relief flooded through her. Perhaps it was another traveler, or even a villager searching for her. She hurried toward the light, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The light led her to a clearing where an old cabin stood, its windows glowing with an eerie, inviting warmth. Lena hesitated. Something about the place felt off, but the night was cold and the forest was terrifying. She approached the cabin, knocking softly on the door. It creaked open on its own, revealing a room filled with strange, antique furniture. An old woman sat by the fire, her back turned to Lena. The firelight cast long, twisted shadows across the walls. "Come in, child," the woman croaked without turning around. Lena hesitated, but the warmth was too tempting. She stepped inside, and the door slammed shut behind her. The old woman finally turned to face Lena. Her eyes were milky white, and her smile was too sharp. "You've been expected," she whispered, her voice like dry leaves. Lena tried to back away, but the door wouldn't budge. The walls seemed to close in on her, the shadows growing darker, longer, until they consumed the room. The woman's smile stretched impossibly wide, revealing rows of needle-like teeth. Lena screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the darkness. The last thing she saw before everything went black was the old woman's eyes, gleaming with malevolent delight. The villagers found Lena's body the next morning at the edge of the forest. Her face was frozen in a scream, eyes wide with terror. No one spoke of what had happened, but they all knew she had met the witch of the wood, and no one ever escaped her grasp.